this is Lauren E2, and I am here with another What Did Lauren Learn this week from my varied readings. And today I'm going to talk a little bit more from Emily Nagoski's book, Burnout. So my last talk, I talked about stress and the things we need to do to break the stress cycle, and that it's physiological and it's in our body. And today I want to talk about rest. A lot of times we feel guilty about resting, and self-destruction is not a virtue. We were created, our bodies need to go back and forth between working and resting. So some things I learned about rest. Rest is vital. In studies, it's shown that when we take a break, we become more persistent and productive. So when you are at work, working on a project, and you're starting to get weary and worn out, and a part of you is like, I just gotta plug through and get this done. Stop, walk away, and take like a 15-minute water break, talk to a friend, stretch, even switching to another task that's different, and then going back to that other one, you'll do a better job. We need rest to recoup our attention because we only have so much attention. Our brains can only focus for so long, and it depletes itself. So resting re-energizes our ability to focus and pay attention to the thing that we want to get done. And we want to get it done well. And if we are tired and our brain is exhausted, we're not going to do the job well. Mental rest is not idleness. It's time needed for your brain to process whatever it is we're working on. So sleep, we should never congratulate ourselves for being able, and like, oh, I only slept 3 hours last night. Socially, we've gotten to the point where that is like a badge of honor. And for someone who sleeps 7, 8, 9 hours, some people are like, oh, who do they think they are getting all that rest? But a quarter of our lives are spent unconscious, and that is what our bodies need. Our brain says, you need to be completely unconscious for me to do what I need to do. While we sleep, being unconscious outweighs the benefit of being alert and productive. Our whole body works hard while we are sleeping. Sleep is medicine. While we sleep, our bones, blood vessels, tissues heal, memories consolidate. So if you are studying for a test, study right before you go to sleep, and while you are blissfully out, your brain is putting all the things together that you learned, and you'll remember it better the next day. Our muscles kind of soak in muscle memory while we sleep. So if you're an athlete and there's some sort of physical task that you've been practicing, while you sleep, your body kind of soaks in whatever skill you've been practicing. That's important. Sleep is linked to emotional self-control. So when we wake up rested, we're better able to cope with the stressors of the day. Inadequate sleep is a better predictor of type 2 diabetes, of a person getting type 2 diabetes, than any other factor. Inadequate sleep. 20% of car crashes are due to lack of sleep. Lack of sleep increases the risk of heart attack, cancer, Alzheimer's, immune dysfunction by up to 45%, It impairs our memory, lack of sleep, our ability to pay attention, our ability to be reasonable, creative, our coordination, motor coordination, all hinges on sleep. Someone who has been awake for 19 hours is as impaired as someone who is legally intoxicated. And the same thing goes for someone who's only slept 4 hours the night before. Or also someone who has slept 6 hours every night for the past 2 weeks. All those people are equivalent to someone who is intoxicated. So if you wouldn't do something drunk, like go to work, operate a car, parent, don't do it while you have a lack of sleep. If you have mental health issues, sleep is a medicine for you. Insomnia predicts suicidal thoughts, even for those without depression. And you might say, well, but I don't have a lot of time, or I try to take a nap and I feel even worse. And the reason we feel worse after a nap is because when we are so sleep deprived, we're then running on adrenaline, and it masks how tired we actually feel. So then when we take that 45-minute nap, the adrenaline level goes down and you're actually feeling how tired you actually are. So the nap was good because it's changing your body chemistry to bring that adrenaline level down, and you're actually being true to yourself, and you feel how tired you really are. That's why some people wake up from a nap and they're like, oh, I feel even worse. It's because you're actually feeling how you should be feeling. If you are sleeping more than 9 hours a night and you don't feel rested, call your doctor. But overall, 42% of our day should be spent in rest, but that does not mean sleep. So 42 hours is about 42% is 10 hours. So 10 hours. So if you think, all right, I'll sleep 7 or 8 hours a night, I'll make that a goal of mine because your body demands it. It is not a weakness to sleep. You are healing yourself while you sleep. So that leaves 2 to 3 hours during the day to be restful. And that does not mean napping. It doesn't mean not doing anything. It can mean it can be doing the dishes, listening to music, calling a friend and chatting with a friend, having a nice mindful meal, relaxing while you eat, reading a book. It just means not doing something that is so cognitively demanding that you are stressing out your brain. So if you can commit to 7 to 8 hours of sleep and then find 2 to 3 hours during the day to be actively at rest. You can be doing chores. It's just something that is not mind taxing your mind. So I'm curious. Let me know if you give this a try. The French have a proverb, if you are broken, go to sleep. And I think I'm going to make that my motto. So if you are broken, go to sleep. Rest. It's so important. I hope you have a wonderful week.